Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United are very interested in a move for Ruben Neves from Wolves. Manchester United could make a bid of around 35 million this month. Manchester United have held talks with Ruben Neves' agent Jorge Mendes. Neves played on Monday night for Wolves against Manchester United, and what a game he endured. He had that very good chance from that volley, produced a good save from David De Gea. Ruben Neves has made 167 appearances in the Premier League for Wolves and he's scored 18 goals. He's been at Wolves for around 5 years. Wolves got Neves from Porto. Wolves paid around 15.8 million. He's got a contract with Wolves until 2024. He is a midfielder and he's only the age of 24. Now, is Ralf Rangnick the right man for Manchester United? To be honest with you, I'm not too sure. There has been poor performances so far under Ralf Rangnick. You know, Manchester United were very poor against Wolves on Monday night. Man United were also very poor in the 1-1 draw against Newcastle. De Gea and Cavani saved us in that game. Man United were also very poor in the 1-0 win against Norwich, and De Gea also saved Manchester United in that game. The best games I've seen so far under Ralf Rangnick was the 1-0 win against Crystal Palace and the 3-1 win against Burnley last Thursday night. Yes, Wolves recently won 1-0 at Old Trafford. That was the first time Wolves won at Old Trafford in the league for 42 years. And it was Ralf Rangnick's first defeat as Manchester United manager. Like I updated you on my last video, Ralf Rangnick is battling a dressing room rift at Manchester United as 11 players want to leave the club. Dean Henderson, Eric Bailly, Donny Van Der Beek, Jesse Lingard are unhappy at Man United because they haven't been given a chance under Rangnick. Rangnick's been Manchester United's interim manager for just over a month now. He's Man United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then after that, it did mention that Rangnick will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. There again, he got warned that he could lose the consultancy role if he fails to get Manchester United into the Champions League. Before Man United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. He has made changes since he got recommended in at Man United as Rangnick. Earlier on in the season, he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also brought Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he brought Saz Chalens in as a sports psychologist. But reflecting on the poor performances under Rangnick, I think Rangnick is blameless. The players have to take responsibility. The players are the biggest problem at Man United at this moment in time. I'm hoping that Manchester United can make some signings under Rangnick. Rangnick's been given around £75 million to spend this month. Man United have been linked with a lot of players. You know the news on Julian Alvarez from River Plate. Manchester United want to sign Julian Alvarez right now. The agent of Julian Alvarez is travelling to England for talks with Manchester United. Man United have already contacted Julian Alvarez's agent, and Manchester United are prepared to pay the £17 million release clause to sign Alvarez. Man United have recently been linked with Denis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach. He said Manchester United, Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich have all made inquiries about signing Zakaria this month. Borussia Mönchengladbach are willing to sell Denis Zakaria for just £6 million this month. Man United have been linked with Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona. There has been rumours of a possible swap deal involving Dembele and Martial. I don't want Dembele at Manchester United. The reason is because he's too injury prone. Towards the end of last year, he said that Man United contacted Ousmane Dembele's representatives, and he said Dembele is set to leave Barcelona as Dembele rejected a contract at Barcelona following a furious meeting with club bosses. Towards the end of last year, Rangnick said that he wanted Erling Haaland. We've been linked to Boubacar Kamara as well. Rangnick, when he first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. He's made it clear that he wants a centre defensive midfielder at Manchester United. I can assure in the summer that Manchester United will appoint a permanent manager. I don't think Rangnick will get the Man United job on a permanent basis unless he can turn things around. Then there's a chance he'll get the Man United job on a permanent basis. Man United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. Sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, Manchester United should be doing much better than they are, because look at the players we've got. We've got the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, Ronaldo has made an impact since he's re-signed. You know, he has scored 14 goals in all competitions so far since he re-signed, and he's got over 800 goals in his career. But on the other side of things, there's been some games where Ronaldo has been poor. Ronaldo was poor against Wolves on Monday night. He scored in the game, but his goal was ruled out for offside. That was the correct decision. And there was a part in the game where Ronaldo headed it straight to Ruben Neves, so that could have been costly. Ronaldo did well last Thursday night against Burnley. He scored in that game, but he was frustrated because he should have had more than one goal against Burnley. Because Ronaldo had numerous chances. He had that chance in the 5th minute when he was played through by Luke Shaw. He was one-on-one with Wayne Hennessy, but he put it over the bar. I thought Ronaldo was poor in the 1-1 draw at Newcastle. He didn't create one single chance in that game, and he was anonymous, and he could have been sent off against Newcastle for that challenge on Ryan Fraser. He did get a yellow card. But Ronaldo has saved Manchester United a few times this season. You know, he's saved us against Norwich in December last year, scored the winning goal from the penalty. He saved Manchester United in the 2-2 draw against Atalanta last year because Ronaldo netted twice in stoppage time at the end of both halves. He also saved Man United in the 2-1 win against Villarreal. So, without Ronaldo, I can assure that Manchester United would be in a worse position than they're in now. Last week, was it? Ronaldo come out and said that I'm not happy at Manchester United, but Ronaldo's agent George Mendes said that Ronaldo is very happy at Man United. And he said that Ronaldo had major concerns over Ralph Rangnick's methods at Man United. But, you know, Ronaldo's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. He's got a contract with Man United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. He wears the number 7 shirt, and last summer Man United got Ronaldo for 20 million with add-ons included. You know, we've got Jadon Sancho. He has done nowhere near as well at Man United as a lot of Manchester United fans expected. Sancho was poor against Wolves on Monday night. He weren't too bad in the 3-1 win against Burnley last Thursday. He pretty much scored, did Sancho, but obviously his shot got deflected off Ben Mee, so it got put down as a Ben Mee own goal. I think the best game Sancho has enjoyed since he signed for the club was the games against Chelsea and Villarreal away. Sancho obviously scored in both of them games. Sancho does need more time at Man United because not every player settles in straight away. Revert back to when we had Solskjaer, we couldn't get the best out of Sancho because Solskjaer persistently played him out of position. There was quite a few games Sancho didn't even play in under Solskjaer. Jadon Sancho enjoyed 4 good years at Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Man United. You know, Man United got him for 78 million. If you include the add-ons, disregard the add-ons, it was 73 million, and he's got a contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. We've got Mason Greenwood. That's a talented player. Greenwood, I thought, looked bright in the first half hour of the game against Wolves. I think Greenwood's done pretty well since he come back from COVID. Greenwood broke into Man United's senior squad back in 2019. He's been part of the club for a long time. He's been a United player since the age of 7. And last season, Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract with the club. Revert back to 2019, Manchester United offered Mason Greenwood a life-changing amount of money for him to leave. Earlier on this season, it said Greenwood was upset that Ronaldo always starts. Bruno Fernandes, I think he's a very, very good player. And he's one of our best players, and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. But this season, Fernandes has not proven how good he can be, because I think Fernandes is enduring a poor season. And I'm shocked in that aspect because, revert back to last season, Fernandes was superb. Fernandes didn't start against Wolves on Monday night, but he did come on and he had 2 fantastic chances. He had that chance when he hit the crossbar from close range, and then he had that chance right at the end from the free kick that produced a good save from Jose Sarr. Fernandes obviously didn't play against Burnley last Thursday night because he was suspended as he picked his 5th yellow card up in the 1-1 draw against Newcastle. I think the last goal Bruno Fernandes scored was the 3-2 win against Arsenal. Bruno Fernandes has been a Manchester United player for 2 years now. Manchester United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Earlier on in the season, he made it clear that he wants to stay at Man United. He said, "I've come to Manchester to win trophies." Fernandes has got a contract with the club till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Was it last year? There was talks about Fernandes extending his contract. Anthony Elanga. He looks a good asset for the first team squad. Anthony Elanga has made quite a few first team appearances now. Elanga came on against Wolves on Monday night. He did start in the 1-1 draw against Young Boys earlier on in the season. As you all know, that was our final game of the group stage. He also played in the 1-0 win against Crystal Palace. Towards the end of last year, Anthony Elanga signed a new contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Elanga joined Manchester United's academy at the age of 12. Man United have also got Amad Diallo. He's going out on loan by the looks of things. You know what? Amad Diallo's played nowhere near as much in the first team as I expected. He's made a few first team appearances. Look what Manchester United paid for Amad Diallo. You know, we got him for £37 million with the add-ons included. Man United paid around £19 million up front. Manchester United got him from Atalanta. Marcus Rashford. He's very, very poor. Rashford has been really poor since he come back from that shoulder injury. Rashford hasn't been the same player. Before that shoulder problem, I thought Rashford was good. Rashford missed the first 2 months of the season with that shoulder problem. Rashford didn't start against Wolves on Monday night, but he did come on and I thought he was poor. Reports from Spain said earlier on this season that Marcus Rashford could leave Man United, as it said PSG and Barcelona said to be interested. Rashford's got under a year and a half left now on his current contract. Rashford's been part of the club for a long time. He's been a United player since the age of 7. He broke into our senior squad back in 2016. Edison Cavani, I think he's a good player as well. Prior to the Wolves game, Rangnick said in his press conference that he desperately wants Edison Cavani to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. Cavani will leave Man United this year. His contract at Man United expires in the summer. Cavani did play against Wolves on Monday night, was poor. He played against Burnley last Thursday night, led the line well in that one but didn't really create much. And he rescued a point for Manchester United against Newcastle the other week. Cavani's been linked with Barcelona. Last year it said that Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Juventus have been in for him, and last year Cavani rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Cavani was out of injury earlier on this season. Man United got him on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. You know, we've got Martial. he's a waste of time. You know, Manchester United need to sell him in this January transfer window. Martial doesn't get in the team, plus he's got an injury at the moment. Like I said to you earlier on, there has been rumours of a Martial and Ousmane Dembele swap deal. Sevilla have been in for Martial. Last year, Manchester United rejected a loan offer from Sevilla for Martial. Last year, Ralph Rangnick confirmed that Martial wants to leave Man United because Martial held talks with Rangnick over his future, and Martial's agent said that Martial wants to leave Man United this month. The best season Martial enjoyed at Man United was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. It was pretty good last season, to be fair. Manchester United paid an initial fee of 36 million for Martial from Monaco back in 2015. He's been a United player for around 7 years now, got a contract with the club till 2024, and he scored 79 goals in 268 games in all competitions. Juan Mata, you know, we've got him. Man United will sell him this year. I think there's a good chance he'll leave this month. You know, Juan Mata doesn't really get in the team. Lost that yard of pace. He's ageing up. His contract at Man United expires in the summer because last year Man United extended his contract for a further year. I think Juan Mata's had a good career at Man United. He's made over 200 appearances in all competitions and he's scored over 50 goals. He's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so he's been a long-serving player. We brought Juan Mata in under the David Moyes era. Manchester United paid around £40 million for him from Chelsea. Jesse Lingard, we've also got him. We need to sell him because Lingard doesn't get in the team. Do you think Lingard will leave this month, or do you think he'll leave in the summer? Well, last year it said that Lingard will be staying at Man United in January to fight for his place under Ralph Rangnick. West Ham want to re-sign him at the second half of last season. Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Newcastle were in for him at one point. Lingard's unhappy at the club. Donny Van Der Beek. Now, Donny Van Der Beek is a good player, but Donny Van Der Beek is not getting enough opportunities at Manchester United. You know, when we first brought Ralph Rangnick in, I thought, yeah, this is where Van Der Beek's going to get, you know, the opportunities he's been demanding, but he hasn't. You know, Van Der Beek's only started, one game under Rangnick, and I think that was the 1-1 draw against Young Boys. Now I'm hearing that Van Der Beek's not allowed to leave Man United this month. Van Der Beek wants to leave Man United this month. You know, Van Der Beek recently held talks with Ralph Rangnick to discuss his future. He says Van Der Beek's unable to leave Man United this month due to a bust-up with his agent. Donny played no part against Wolves on Monday night and surprisingly was left on the bench in Man United's game against Burnley last Thursday. I thought he'd have played in that one with obviously Fernandes being suspended. Van Der Beek's only scored 2 goals for the club. He's been at Manchester United for over a year and a half. Man United got him for 40 million with add-ons included. Man United paid around 35 million up front. There was 5 million in add-ons. Van Der Beek's got a contract with the club till 2025. There's an option of a further year, and he's versatile. He can play in like 3 different roles. Man United have also got McTominay. McTominay, he's not good enough to represent the club. McTominay did play against Wolves on Monday night. I thought he was poor in that game. He gave the ball away too cheaply. He got a yellow card in the game. That means he's suspended for Man United's next league game Our next league game's Aston Villa. McTominay was man of the match against Burnley though last Thursday. He scored a good goal. It was a good composed finish. That was his first goal though since February. Should have had more than one goal against Burnley because there was a chance when he hit the woodwork, and he had a chance in the second half as well. McTominay has been part of the club for a long time. Revert back to 2020, he signed a 5-year contract with Manchester United. Man United have also got Fred. He's another one that's not good enough to represent the club. I've got my strong reservations about Fred. There's a few games though that Fred's played well in this season. Fred played well in the game against Norwich last year. He was probably the best outfield player in that game. Fred also played well in the 3-2 win against Arsenal because he got an assist in that game and he won the penalty. He played very well in the 1-0 win against Crystal Palace last year because he scored a stunning goal late on. He also played very well in the 1-1 draw against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge earlier on in the season. Man United got Fred a few years ago from Shakhtar Donetsk, got him for around £50 million. Man United have also got Matic. There's a good chance that Man United will sell him this year. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his opportunities in. He's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder we've got. I've always had my strong reservations about him because he's always been a static midfielder, plus he's ageing up and that. Man United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017 for 40 million. So Matic has been at the club now for around 5 years. Earlier on this season, he was out with a cold. Paul Pogba, he's a good player. Not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. Revert back towards the start of this season when Pogba was fit. Pogba was in scintillating form. He's got like 7 assists so far in the league this season. Pogba has been out with a muscle injury for a while. He picked up the muscle injury in France training earlier on this season. The good news is from Man United perspective that Pogba is close to returning. I'm hearing that Pogba's staying at Man United until the end of the season. Man United are not negotiating a Pogba transfer this month. They expect him to stay this month. Despite Pogba nearing the end of his contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back towards the start of the season, he rejected a new Man United contract offer. But Rangnick's already said that he won't try to convince Pogba to stay if he wants to go. Luke Shaw is a good left back overall, but he's enduring a very poor season. Luke Shaw played against Wolves on Monday night. He was poor. He wasn't too bad in the first half, but the second half definitely poor. Luke Shaw got a yellow card in the game against Wolves. He's also suspended for our next league game against Villa. Shaw did well against Burnley last Thursday night. He got forward well, got into good positions, provided width. He had a good chance against Burnley when he hit the side net, and he also created that early chance for Ronaldo as well. That was the best game he's enjoyed so far this season. Luke Shaw has had a couple of injuries as well this season. He's injury prone, which is a concern. Shaw's been at Manchester United for 8 years or so now, so he's been a long-serving player. Alex Telles, I think he's done really well under Ralph Rangnick. Telles appeared to be our first choice left back under Rangnick, but in the last 2 games Luke Shaw's played. Do you think Telles could leave Man United this year? I don't want him to. I want him to stay because he's good. The reason Man United brought Telles in was to provide competition for Shaw. Earlier on this season, Telles was out with injury. We got Telles from Porto for 15.4 million back in 2020. We got Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, very, very poor. He's done nowhere near as well as a lot of Man United fans expected. Maguire didn't play against Wolves because he recently picked up an injury. He played against Burnley last Thursday night. Thought he was poor in that game. He was partly to blame for Aaron Lennon's goal because he backed off Aaron Lennon and allowed him all that space to run into. Earlier on this season, Maguire had a calf injury, and towards the end of last season he had ligament damage in his ankle. Maguire certainly wasn't worth the 80 million that Manchester United paid for him. He was a far superior player, I thought, Leicester than he has been at Man United. Raphael Varane, he's a good centre-half as well, but I don't think he's done well since he's come back. Varane was poor against Wolves on Monday night. Looks very lethargic, caught out of position quite a few times. That was Varane's second start since come back from injury. Varane came on against Burnley but didn't start. He played in the 1-1 draw against Newcastle. That was his return, and I thought he was poor in that one. He was to blame for Newcastle's goal because he gave the ball away in a silly area. Varane's already endured 2 injuries since he signed for Manchester United. You've got Eric Bailly as well. That's a good centre-half, but he doesn't get in the team much. There's a good chance that he'll be leaving next year. Man United have also got Lindelof. I don't think Lindelof is good enough to represent the club either. I want us to sell him this year, but I don't think we will. Lindelof's not been available recently because he's out with COVID. We've also got Phil Jones as well. There's a good chance we'll offload him this year. Phil Jones played against Wolves on Monday night. He was our best player by far. Defensively good, made some good blocks, made some good clearances and brought the ball out well from the back. Yes, was partly to blame for the Wolves goal. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. This season is Jones' 11th season at Man United, so he's been a long-serving player. 1 point though, Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. We've got Diego Dallo as well. He appeared to be our first choice right back under Rangnick, but obviously Bissaka's played the last 2 games. Dallo's had some good games this season. Do you think he'll leave Man United this year? Well, last season Dallo had a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. Man United got Dallo from Porto for £19 million. Bissaka, we've got him. He's been poor in a lot of games this season as well. We've got De Gea. Got to give De Gea credit. He's been fantastic this season. There's been games where he's saved Manchester United. You got Dean Henderson as well. That's a good goalkeeper. Henderson's our second choice goalkeeper. Henderson will leave Man United this year. We need to get rid of him permanently. And we've also got Tom Eaton. That's our third choice goalkeeper. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.